Hey guys, welcome. It's Saucy Mouth, and today I'm going to be making a family favorite. It's Tater Tot hot dish. Now, this is a recipe that was given to me from my mother-in-law, and it was a meal that my husband absolutely loved. So I kind of inherited cooking this. Now, they call it Tater Tot hot dish. I like to call it casserole, but since it's my husband's favorite, I'm calling it Tater Tot hot dish today. Alright guys, are you ready to make this tater tot hot dish? Anyways, we're going to start with a pound of ground lean beef. And I'm going to put it on my stove. I'm going to put it in a pan. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in. Just about like a tablespoon. And we're going to put the lean ground beef in. Okay, so I have our lean ground beef in the frying pan, and it's going to cook until there's no red left. But it's also okay to add two of our other ingredients, which is the red onion, and it's a half a cup of red onion that I have chopped. Just going to put that in. Oh, a little more. Alright, then the next that we're going to add in is I have 1 clove of garlic that I have minced. And minced is just another term for finely chopped. So I have those in the frying pan, and we're just going to let that cook till that meat is no longer red. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for our ground beef, I'm going to take part of the casserole dish that I have right here, and we're going to place all the other ingredients in there. And actually, we need to pre-grease it. Alright. Just with some cooking spray. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. I have the low sodium. I try and find ways anywhere I can to make it low sodium. Alright. Get all this cream of mushroom soup in there. Okay, the whole can. Then next what I have is I have a half a cup of, I'm using fat-free milk, but you can use whatever you have. And we just want this to become a soupy, a thick like soupy mixture. Okay, so we have this mixture now and it's soupy. Now, what I'm going to take in to add in for spices, and also why I like the low sodium I was talking about, is I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of onion soup mix. Now, it's a little salty, so that's why I only do a tablespoon, and I cut back on the in the can of mushroom soup. So just a tablespoon of that, and we're going to mix that around. Now I'm going to check on our beef here. And it's almost ready, but we're going to I can still see a little bit of pink. Oops. Oh well. Okay. Just a little bit longer. Then what I need to add in is some pepper. I haven't put that anywhere. So I'm just going to do a pinch of pepper and no salt. I'm not adding any salt to this. Okay. Then next what I have is almost a cup of corn. Now mine's frozen, but you can use a can of corn, but frozen is the best way to go for the freshness. So I'm going to add that in. Now, this is where you can become creative and add in whatever else you'd like. You can make it with the mixed frozen vegetables and just add in a cup or a cup and a half. You can add 2 cups if you really want it to be very vegetable. So you can get like the corn, the peas, the carrots. There's tons of different ways that you can add this, even like the frozen asparagus or the green beans if you like. But my husband and I like to keep it kind of simple and just keep the corn in there. Okay, you can see that our ground beef is done. There's no more pink. You can see the onions. and we are ready to turn it on. Okay guys, our ground beef is cooled down in the onions, and now all we're gonna do is plop it in here. Now, one thing I forgot to say was I used lean ground beef, so I have no excess fat or anything to drain off. If you do not use that, you should drain your meat before putting it in here. And now we have all the beef in here. We're just gonna mix it around and make sure all the beef gets coated with the mixture we have made. And I have about 16 ounces of tater tots that were frozen. I got them in the freezer section, and they've just kind of been thawing out since we have been cooking this. And let's just see, I'm gonna throw them all in here. And all I'm doing now is just trying to cover the top, just so that all of them are kind of even, so that every bite you have is an even bite kind of the tater tots. Alright, so we got our tater tots in. Now time for the cheese, and we're just going to sprinkle it all over. I like to put the cheese on top also because it'll tell me kind of when it's done. It'll start looking brown and crispy in the cheese, so that'll be great. Alright, next all I'm going to do is I have the top for this, and I'm just going to put it in my oven. I have it at 350, and it's going to be in there for about 30 minutes. So let's put it in. Alright, so we'll check on it in 30 minutes. Alright guys, the tater tot hot dish is done, and I'm going to dig in and serve me up a plate. Yum. Alright. Now I have my tater tots with the cheese melted and the meat and the cream of mushroom soup and those vegetables of the onions and the corn. This is going to be so good to eat. Really good. So I hope you guys check out this recipe. It's a family favorite, like I said, and I really hope you enjoy. Until next time, thanks.